Hey everyone, Suresh here with Coastal Longevity Institute. Today we are going to talk about fibroblast. A lot of people ask questions prior to the procedure, post-procedure, so I'm going to do a little series, video series, on some of the most commonly asked questions that I get as a certified fibroblast technician. So today's video, we're going to focus on what is fibroblast and how does it work. So the fibroblast technology is based on this plasma pen. And what happens during the procedure is there's a needle on this pen. However, this needle does not touch your skin. It actually emits an electronic arc right as it gets about 2 millimeters above the surface of your skin. That arc creates essentially a microscopic burn, for lack of a better term. Now, some of you, maybe while cooking or doing something in the kitchen, may have burned your arm on an oven rack or on a pot or something. And you may notice that when that happens, there's an instant tightening of the skin around the area of that burn. So when that occurs, your body recognizes there's a trauma, there's an injury, if you would, and starts producing collagen and sending that collagen to the area of that trauma to heal it. So not only do you get a instant response with fibroblasts, which you have that instant contraction of the skin on a microscopic level, but you also now get the collagen being sent to the area for healing. This combination is what leads to the skin tightening that we see and the incredible results we see with fibroblasts. So the little microscopic dots that you see, maybe if you are Googling photos of what fibroblast is, you may see after the treatment women with a series of dots on their face. Now, when done properly, the dots should be symmetrical. There should be a nice pattern to it. If not, you're probably looking at someone who does not know how to properly do the procedure. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to go to a certified fibroblast technician for this reason, because you can just throw the dots on in any way you want. However, when you study the skin, you study the anatomy like I did. I studied in school, I studied biochemistry, I studied anatomy, I graduated pre-med. So these are things that I have known for quite some time, even prior to getting into fibroblasts. So it's very important that when you see and find a technician that you're going to trust your face or your body to, make sure that they have that background. So let's get back to the dots. The dots that you see are those microscopic burns, and they are about the size of, if you want to figure out how, maybe you can't tell by looking at the photos online, they're about the size of when you put a pen to a piece of paper and that dot is created by that ballpoint pen. That's about how big the dots are going to be. So when you look on my website and you see photos before and after of my clients, you'll see that the dots are in a very, very tight pattern, strict pattern, and they are done strategically to get the best tightening and pulling effect on the skin. That's the right way to do it. So you have that instant skin contraction tightening, and then you'll have the collagen coming to the area, which also helps with the healing and also the tightening of the skin. So that's the baseline, a very, very low level baseline premise of how fibroblast works. I'm not going to get into the biology of it, of how it works with the different skin layers and things like that, because I don't want to bore you, but I can get into that a little bit deeper for those of you who come into the office and actually want to know about the science of it, because that's my background, that's my passion. I love sharing it with you. And if you want to know more about that, you, of course, send a message or leave a comment. Now, what happens thereafter? Okay, so you have the dots in a sequence, whether it's around the eyes for crow's feet, or under eyes for loose skin under eyes, or dark circles under eyes, or a lot of women come in forehead. I do a ton of necks for women because they're just worried about the loose sagging skin on their neck. You name it. I've done arms for people. I've done the décolletage, the upper chest area, abdomen, legs, thighs, you name it. I've done everywhere on the body that you can imagine. And you have to change your pattern and you have to change your technique depending on where on the body you're doing it and the type of skin you're doing it on. So there's the pattern, there's the depth, there's a lot of variables that go into it. It's not a one-stop shop, if you would, where you just you do the same thing no matter where you're doing the fibroblast. That's really not how it works, and that's not how it's properly done. So I take a deep dive into each area. I look at the skin, I look at the type of wrinkling, look at the type of loose skin, see where it is on the body, and I change what I need to do for each specific area. It's very, very important that when you find a technician to do the fibroblast, that they too are doing this. So once the dots are on, of course, you're gonna now have them on your body. Let's concentrate on the face for the sake of this video, for anywhere from 5 to 10 days. Now, what will happen is you'll see those dots actually start to scab over. At first, they're a little microscopic trauma, and then within a day or two, they'll start to scab over. And then within a few days thereafter, you're gonna start seeing the scabs start falling off. Now, the name of the game is you wanna protect the scabs. You don't want them to fall off prematurely. If one or two get knocked off prematurely, it's not the end of the world. However, your goal is to protect those dots and make sure that they don't come off prematurely, because the longer they're there, the more collagen production you have for the healing that your body's sending to that area, and you want as much of that as possible. So that's the name of the game. Now, I'm going to do a separate video on what happens post-care after all the dots are off, because I get a lot of questions from people who go to other technicians and they're essentially not given any advice or direction on what to do post-care, which is unfortunate, but a lot of people have reached out to me because they kind of seem lost after going to another technician. Of course, I give them, put them in the right direction, give them my recommendation for what I give to my clients here in this office after treatment, and even for the next 12 weeks, how we go about, and beyond the 12 weeks, how I go about giving them a little regimen to help maximize their results. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that if you are doing this procedure and you're paying the money for it, not only are you going to someone who's certified, insured, in a clean professional setting, but you also want to make sure that you're getting the best results, you're getting the best bang for your money. So you want to make sure that you have all of that covered before you make that decision. So part of that is your aftercare, how you take care of your skin after the fact, after the treatment, plays a major role in how the procedure is going to turn out for you, the results you're going to get, and how long it's going to last for you. Very, very important. So I'm going to do a separate video on the aftercare because I get a ton of questions on that as well. So if you have any other questions about Fibroblast, the procedure itself, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'll make sure either myself or someone on our team from the office gets back to you with a response. Like I said, a very important procedure, an incredible procedure that is getting incredible results and is a nice, affordable option for people who maybe don't have the money or are a little concerned about going under the knife and under anesthesia for the plastic surgery. It's a big concern for a lot of people that I speak to, and I, of course, completely understand. And there's a lot of people I also have come into my office that they say, you know, they've been doing Botox for a little while. Maybe they're nervous about doing Botox for an extended period of time. And the Botox is a muscle neutralizer, but it's not taking care of the wrinkles that are already existing. So if you already have existing wrinkles, Botox is not going to help get rid of them. It just is going to help maybe stop them from getting worse or getting deeper, but it's not going to help get rid of them. So that's why a lot of women and men that come in that get Botox say they want to tighten everything up and get that skin tightened. And then if they want to, after that fact, maintain so some of the wrinkles don't come back with Botox, they choose to do that. Some do, totally up to them. So I tell the people that come in here, it's almost like you're taking your favorite pair of jeans and over time they kind of loosen up, and then taking them and washing them and throwing them in a super hot dryer, and they come out nice and tight. They fit form to you exactly how you want them to fit to you, accentuating, all the right things on you, and that's how you love those jeans, right? After a while, when they stretch out, they don't hug those curves maybe as much, and you don't feel as good wearing them. So Fibroblast I could relate to that. It's bringing your skin back and just tightening it up back to what it was a few years ago, 5-10 years ago. You have very natural looking results. That's the beauty of it. You're never going to have anyone post Fibroblast come up and ask you, did you get work done, or wonder if you got work done. That's really not what you're going for. You want to actually have that natural, fresh look, almost like you went back in time a few years and went on vacation and maybe got some sun and got some rest, and you come back and you're like, wow, you look great, you look fresh. That's the ultimate goal that I want for my clients. I don't want them to look fake. I don't want them to look plastic. And this Fibroblast is absolutely not that. It's not fillers or anything like that that's going to make you look like a different version of you. It's actually going to just make you look like a younger version of you. So that's the beauty of the Fibroblast treatment. And it's using your own body's healing, which is, your body is the greatest machine on earth, and it's going to use your own body's healing mechanism to help tighten that skin and give you that beautiful effect when done properly. So next video, we're going to get into the pre and post care. So in this whole series, we're going to do the whole gamut, and then we're going to answer some specific questions that I get on the website and in response to my blog. So if you have any more questions or you want to learn more, go ahead and head over to coastallongevity.com. There's a blog there where my articles are published, and you also get to see some of the other anti-aging things that we do here in the clinic. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.